everybody. I'm Anne-Marie Hoftailing, and this is Hat Chats. I am the co-founder of Story Imprinting, where we teach great people and great companies the art and science of storytelling. And this, my friends, is Hat Chat, where I wear one of my fabulous hats and talk about whatever the hell I feel like it regarding business. Why, you may ask? Because this was a suggestion of a great client of ours who suggested during the pandemic that I bust out some of my fabulous clothes and just speak to the camera. And so I figured, why not? Because what are these hats doing in boxes by themselves? Today's fabulous velvet 1940s hat is from eBay. I can't really tell you much more about it other than it's from the 40s. And let's get started. So today I really wanted to talk about this idea of what you have control over. I've been in the business of coaching and agency for over a decade. And one of the things I think that takes away from your own energy and focus is all the energy we exert in this myth that we have control over how others respond to us, or how others feel about us, or how others react to us. And we expend an inordinate amount of energy around these things, and it just doesn't serve us. And more to the point, it really does, without question, infringe upon your ability to focus on your own growth and your own path. So I want to talk a little bit about this today, and in sort of some specific and general ways. Sometimes we'll get clients come to us and say things like, I want to be able to communicate in a way that they don't react in this way, or I don't want them to get angry, or I don't want them to be offended, or I don't want them to think I'm greedy, or I don't want to ask for this because I don't want them to assume X, Y, or Z. And one of the things I want you to understand is I want you to act with a high level of integrity. I want you to communicate with people honestly and with an enormous amount of compassion and humanity. And you are not responsible for their reaction. You are not responsible for anyone's happiness. You are not responsible for anyone's comfort. This is a radical idea because we think we are. And depending upon the family of origin we came from, this idea of it's your job to make me happy, to make me comfortable. We are all responsible for our own joy, our own comfort, our own security. It is our job. And so what I want you to be thinking about really critically is when you're taking all of this time roiling over conversations you're not having, or choices you're not making because you're concerned what other people will think, what you're really doing is robbing yourself of your full potential. What you're really doing is taking away from the possibility of you living your best, most authentic life. And I will tell you, in business, this occurs all of the time. This isn't just some personal growth thing. I have really, really sort of shiny clients. It's what we always call shiny clients. Extremely successful, extremely educated, extremely experienced. And I will tell you, even for them, they are not having critical conversations very often because they're worried about someone's reaction. They're not asking for business from someone because they don't want someone to think that's the only reason why, they're friends, or that's the only. There are all these things. And what I can tell you is, having shaped thousands and thousands and thousands of conversations, communications, and emails over, a decade with people in lots of different industries at lots of different levels, that when you communicate with an enormous amount of integrity, when you have a lot of humanity, when you come from a place that is credible, that is authentic, that you have to allow someone the room to have their reaction and also let it go. It also takes a lot of work. If you were raised to be a people pleaser, if you were raised to be liked and that was incredibly important to you, then this is really challenging. And in no way, shape, or form am I sort of trying to discount how hard of a task this is. And I also want to say something important in closing. This doesn't mean you walk through life not giving a damn about people's feelings, or you step all over them, or you say whatever the hell you want. That's not what I'm talking about at all. And if that's what you're hearing, then I want you to go back and listen to this very carefully. What I am saying to you is this. People are responsible for their own joy, their own reactivity, their own anger, their own disappointment. You don't have to attach yourself to that. That is your decision. And listen, you have to make choices inside of your own value system, inside of your own moral authority, and feel very much compassionate and, again, all of those things I've said, respectful, but you do not have to contort yourself and your decision-making processes to make other people comfortable. And I also think that's not where innovation happens. That's not where growth happens. That's not where authentic, connected relationships happen. If everyone is contorting themselves all of the time and not saying what is true and what is honest, what's happening is there's a manufactured and totally inauthentic relationship going on. And in order to have a real, authentic relationship, there has to be some honesty there, some intellectual and emotional honesty. So one of the things I would encourage you to start thinking about are the ways in which you feel responsible for others' reactions to you, feelings towards you, and who might you be, and what might you be able to achieve if you let that go, if you released all of that. So that's my question to you. That's what I hope you think about from this Hat Chat. And with that, I would love it if you could please give this video a thumbs up and comment below and subscribe. All of those things help our algorithm with YouTube, which we very much want them to love us. So if you could do that for me, I would really appreciate it. And also, I would love it if you could comment below and just sort of suggest what you'd like me to talk about and what you'd like me to address about your own journey and what you're struggling with. Because these are really for you. They're not for me. I choose these topics based on my own experience of what I'm seeing with clients or my own life and struggles that I think are keeping people from their greatest and highest self. But I would love your own contribution and thoughts about the content and topics to help you in more specific ways. So please feel free to comment below and have a fabulous week. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.